Hiya! Welcome! Here I am back again with another box set unboxing. Nice big one to do today. Looks like it should have vinyl records in, but no it hasn't. And we'll get into it in just a moment. But this is from a site I'd never used before, never even heard of them, called Redmore Vinyl Records. And they're based in High Peak in Derbyshire, so not a million miles away from me, but up in the beautiful Peak district, of course. So this cost about £83 something, including postage. So pretty expensive, but it's as cheap as I've seen it. I even checked on the Mute Bank site and they had a bit of money off it there, but it was still something like 130 marked down from 150, so a little over £80 for this I think's quite a good deal. It came out in 2021 and to be honest I've been dithering over it ever since it was announced, to be honest, and then finally almost 4 years later I've decided to take the plunge. So you're gonna know what this is from the title of the video, but play along with me regardless. This company, Redmore Vinyl Records, I'm assuming they're a bricks and mortar record store. I'm not quite certain. The website was fairly basic, but you're able to buy stuff on it. I discovered them via a listing on Discogs Marketplace. So as we get it open, it's got more cardboard around it to crack into. Now, obviously this package here shows that it is smaller than a standard LP size box set. You can tell this isn't quite 12 by 12 inches now. But this purchase, it's of mostly the items within it I already had. A kind of upgrade in a lot of ways, and plus there's something else in here that I've never owned before, which I think, in fact I'm pretty certain, is exclusive to this box set. Just some bubble wrap to take off now. I don't know if this is brand new. Having a feel of it now, I don't think it is, but it was graded at near mint on their website, so perhaps it's been opened but unplayed, or opened and only played once. When it's CDs and Blu-ray and DVD, which is what is in this set, then it's a lot easier to keep things mint, obviously. But I really like this. I mean, it's smaller than I expected it to be, but that's good. It's going to take up less space for me, and space is something that is at a massive premium in my place these days. But what I've got to show you today is the Deluxe Depeche Mode 101 box set. Lovely kind of textured feel to the front of the box. It's got that sort of slightly kind of frictiony sort of feel to it. I know there's a better way of describing it, but then the back, with a nice image there, it's more smooth and a little glossy. So Depeche Mode 101, fantastic live album and documentary film really, although there's a lot of concert footage in it obviously. Love the album. The album is of course included in here on CD, and the documentary is on Blu-ray, and it's also doubled up in here on DVD, so anyone who doesn't have a Blu-ray player, which as far as I know now in this entire country is probably just my mother, who still has DVDs and hasn't upgraded to BD yet. But if you did get this and you didn't have a Blu-ray player, generally it's all replicated on the DVDs, but not quite. We'll get into that as I get open this box and show you. Very minimal, no information on the actual box lid or box bottom itself. Whether this originally came with a hype sticker on the cellophane, I'm not honestly sure, but get this open. Now then, this looks like the kind of info sheet that I've had on a lot of box sets by New Order, for example, their definitive editions, where it's sort of attached or maybe stuck a little bit to the box or via the cellophane on the outside, and then I just slip it in on the inside. So this is handy for me to have a read through now, as I can tell you exactly what is in this set. So I will stick my glasses on, at least for the moment. So Depeche Mode 101, it's the film that's by D.A. Pennebaker, Chris Hegedus and David Dawkins, and this is the limited edition 5-disc set. It's got 1 Blu-ray, 2 DVDs and 2 CDs. So the exclusive item that's never had a standalone release ever is the full Live at the Pasadena Rose Bowl concert from 18th of June 1988. Of course, you see a lot of clips from that on the documentary, the 101 film itself, and then the 101 live album has been out for donkey's years, so it's all on that, but this is the first time that the whole concert has come out visually. And it also includes 3 previously unseen bonus performances of A Question of Lust, Sacred and Something to Do, and the Everything Counts official promotional video. So that will be on the Blu-ray and presumably one of the DVDs. It's a bit difficult to tell, to be honest, but the 2 DVDs have additional features. Now then, I owned the double CD and the DVD, I think a reissue of it, and I believe the extras that were on the DVD version that I had replicated on the DVD here, but not on the Blu-ray. I sent the CD and DVD, my old ones, to a friend as part of some VCLT, as I didn't really need those now that I've got this set, as it's all doubling up. This HD edition is created from 4K scans of the original film reels, and there's Blu-ray audio options for uncompressed stereo, surround, Dolby Digital 5.1 surround, and it goes on about the additional contents as well, which we'll take a closer look at in a moment. 48-page behind-the-scenes story of the day photo book, a 20 by 30 inch replica of the original US theatrical release movie poster, a 16-page Anton Corbijn photo mode book as featured in the original album release, a double CD of the original 20-track 101 concert release, so yes, basically the live album that any Depeche Mode fan worth his salt, or her salt, is familiar with, and also a download card to access the HD download of the film and audio files of the concert. Goes on about running times. Blu-ray running time 3 hours 13, so that's going to be the concert plus the documentary and then whatever extras may be on the Blu-ray. Looks like it's a little more extras wise on the DVD, which I knew because they're replicated from older releases, because the running time is 3 hours 40, and the CD total across both discs, as it's a double album of course, 1 hour 36 minutes. Has some logos and stuff there. It's a nice little cheat sheet really, for want of a better term. Just able to go through everything that's in it, but let's have a little look at it all. So first up is this booklet here. What size would I call this? It's bigger than 10 inch I think, but obviously it's smaller than 12 inch. 11 by 11 inches maybe, this box. So I think this is going to be the Anton Corbijn photo book here. Just have a quick flick through. Apologies that I can't really show you this in really good detail, but I'm going to try and show you a fair amount of this, as it's a set. Well, I don't know anyone else who owns this. If you do own this, let me know what you think of it down in the comments. So yeah, it's very nice. It's kind of a big version of something you would get in the CD. Then this will be the poster. I'm always a bit kind of not disappointed when posters are included, but when you buy an album, usually a record or a box set really, and they include a big old poster, it's like, well, it's part of the package really. You don't want to put it up, and obviously I'm not going to be putting this up, but this is what it looks like. I can't really look at it because I'm just trying to sort of peer at it from behind it through my phone's screen. Yeah, that's nice. But it's never going to go up, obviously. Next up, this will be the thicker book that I mentioned earlier. What were they calling it? The Story of the Day behind the scenes book. Yeah, Depeche Mode, Concert for the Masses, Rose Bowl 88. This is a nice thing. Not hardback. I was expecting probably this rather than anything else to be a little bit higher quality, but it's fine. I'm not going to quibble over it not being hardback, but I'll show you a few pictures and things in here. Doesn't look like there's much in the way of text, just some sort of captions really for a lot of the photos. But some beautiful photos, obviously. A few sleeve notes, if you can call them that, at the back. Yep, that's very nice. Lastly, this will be all the media. So this is nice, it's come in as sort of harder folder type thing, I think. And it folds out like so. So on this side, first disc is the Blu-ray. So that's going to have the full Rose Bowl concert released for the first time, and also a nice HD upgrade of the documentary. And then in the middle is the album, one of my favourite live albums, 101. It's brilliant. So very pleased that I've got this copy here, even though I did own it, and I sent that off with the DVD. And also, speaking of the DVDs, split out over two there. That's going to have at least the documentary and all the extras, and possibly, I would have thought, it's going to have the Rose Bowl concerts in full on one of those discs as well. There we go. And I was about to say that's it, but not quite, because we've got the little download card there. Say card, glossy paper. Yeah, anyone who wants to get that, you're going to get quite a bit of stuff there. Like, you're going to get the film and the audio tracks from the album. So please, anyone who wants to make use of that and own a lot of this stuff digitally, please do, because I'm never going to use it. So first come, first served if anyone's interested. The box, by the way, there's that's just the bottom lid. Nice ribbon in there to make it easy to get stuff in and out. So I'll put all this back and then give you my final thoughts on this. Lid back on. Oh, let's make sure the ribbon is actually within the box there. Very slidey, because everything's so smooth and glossy. There we are. Tightly packed as well. We're really cramming as much into this size box as possible. So there we go, that is the Deluxe 2021 edition of Depeche Mode 101, the documentary, the live album, and now the full concert as well, plus numerous extras. I'm really happy I got it. Now then, I don't think it's worth the money if you see it for its recommended retail price. Just take my glasses off, because I don't need those anymore. I think what I paid, which was about £79, and then another few pound in postage, making it up to around 83, I think that's about as much as you want to pay. It's relatively rare. It's not individually numbered or anything, so I don't know if there is a set limit of how many of these came out. So my advice would be to shop around and do as I did, just look for it as cheaply as possible. I did see that iMusic still have it, and they were asking about 83 to 85, but bear in mind you're then going to pay a bit more in postage, so you're probably looking at least 90. For me, I would say that's a little bit too high still. This was really top end what I wanted to pay this. And although I love Mute Bank, I shop there regularly for Depeche Mode stuff, Lieback, New Order stuff I've bought from Mute Bank, of course. Even with their £20 off, I think £130 for this is just too high. It's a lot of money. So that is my one criticism of this. I think generally, unless you can get it for a good deal, like I think personally I have, my advice would be don't pay more than around 80 odd quid for this, really. But I do love it, and I'm really glad that I've got it. So there we go. That was Depeche Mode 101, the Deluxe edition. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this music unboxing. And I want to say special thanks to my wonderful subscribers and generous patrons. I'm going to go now. Got to get cracking into this. I've not listened to the album 101 in an awful long time. I've not seen the documentary in an awful long time. And of course, I've never seen the full Rose Bowl concert in full, so don't know what I'm going to listen to or watch first, but it's all going to get watched. Not necessarily the DVD stuff, because a lot of that's replicated from the Blu-ray, but in a lower resolution. And the extras on the DVDs, I think they're from the DVD that I owned previously anyway. But nonetheless, can't wait to get stuck into 101 and I do hope that all of you will join me again next time for my next music related unboxing and general music collecting video. Cheers everyone. See ya!